So order a BMP, CBC, and blood work on Mr. Ramirez. Oh, and we're also going to need a liver panel. And you can feel free to chime in at any time.
I'm sorry?
Wasn't this usually where you tell me that I'm going test-happy and overboard and in love with the sound of my own barking voice?
You'll do what you want anyway, right?
What? Maybe. It's not about ego, it's about healing. I think one of the biggest problems in this country with the healthcare industry is that the professionals are often looking for the simplest solution when the solution is anything but.
You actually managed to sound sincere about that.
Well, I was. So, does this mean that you're ready to forgive me and admit that you were wrong?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess I just have to keep trying.
Don't bother.
Did Rick send up Robin's chart?
Yes. Here you go.
Robin and Patrick are coming in for an ultrasound. In less than an hour, they'll know whether they're having a boy or a girl.
No, I didn't change my mind. I'm excited to find out the sex of the baby. This way we can enjoy the surprise in private and not in the chaos of the delivery room. And it will give me time to make the nursery gender specific.
You mean the closet?
Stop it.
I'm sensing there's more. If you're thinking that the only thing I want is a boy, let me reassure you.
No, I believe you.
Okay, then what is it?
I don't know. I'm just feeling maybe a little superstitious. I don't want to invest too much. I just want to stay in the moment and not anticipate anything. I don't know. I guess I'm just afraid of jinxing it.
You know that's an irrational fear.
Maybe. But you could take a shot at convincing me otherwise.
Okay. Let's see. It's because of your strength and ability to rush headlong into the future that we're even having this baby in the first place. Now, I was a coward. You were a heroine. When you do something as big as bringing a life into this world, you'd be a fool not to ask some questions or be a little bit afraid. Planning the future is a leap of faith. But that's nothing for you. Getting pregnant in the first place, that was a leap of faith. We've done okay so far, haven't we?
With a few bumps in the road, mostly of my own making.
Yeah. Well, let's trust our luck. Don't censor your excitement or deprive yourself of the joy of anticipation. We're gonna be all right.
When did you become so wise?
Okay. You ready? Let's go.
You know something, Maxie? Parents want to believe that when it counts, their children are going to tell them the truth. And as a parent, my instincts tell me that you counted on that to avoid telling Mac everything that you know.
I told Mac everything that was pertinent to Logan's death.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that? Why did you visit Johnny in lockup?
Fine, if you must know. I came on to him.
In the interrogation room with all of the police enforcement watching him?
Hey, I don't get to pick and choose my moments alone with Johnny, okay? Lulu's like attached to his hip, and with Johnny in lockup, he was a captive audience. Look, Johnny is hot and insanely rich, and he has this edgy mob thing going on, which sue me, turns me on, okay? I don't care about Logan or whether or not Johnny really killed him. Personally, I think whoever took Logan out was doing a public service. And I wasn't going to let the perfectly good opportunity of showing Johnny some sympathy go away. Not that it did any good. Lulu has his head spun backwards.
Did Johnny say anything about Logan?
No, I did most of the talking.
Imagine that.
About how hot he is and how good we would be in bed together. But I feel like this conversation might make Mac uncomfortable, so if you think you could, just kind of keep that between us.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is an emergency about Lulu.
I'm not enjoying your attitude.
Tony, I really don't care whether or not you do. Our number one priority is to get John exonerated and bring him back home. Quite bluntly. We need a plan to accomplish that.
Why are you wound up so tight? It's almost like you're losing sleep over Johnny's predicament, and it's not even your problem. If I recall correctly, I put Rick in charge of finding Johnny, and I asked you to develop strategies against Morgan.
All these years when you were incapacitated, I raised that kid. Now, John might resent it, but we got a relationship based on the fact that I have gone above and beyond the call of duty to watch over him. Well, I'll be damned if I turn my back on him now that he's in some trouble.
That's very touching. What, are you going soft in your old age, Trevor?
You don't accept my advice. I'm going to carry on without you. Which is it?
All right. What are you thinking?
Johnny's got no incentive to turn to us. He's head over heels in love with that girl, and he knows that we disapprove. So, he's going to do everything he can to protect her. We got to get a message to him that Lulu Spencer's got nothing to fear, and that we are going to protect her too.
Say I agree with you. How do we get a message to a phantom? Does this one have perfect timing or what? Claudia, it's time for you to earn your keep. I want you to convince your brother to come home.
The rapacious Russian took the Valkyrie to the warehouse. Soon after, the Slavic seductress and her two burly henchmen nearly tore the jackal's arms out of his sockets for the heinous crime of trespassing. He's clearly using the base as a center of operations, and there must be something within that he does not wish to be discovered.
You know what? You're probably right.
Thank you.
I'll have Cody keep an eye on it.
No! The recovering war vet is new to the Stone Cold way. No, surveillance must be done by Stone Cold and his grasshopper, a trained detective.
Your contribution is very valuable to me. On the computer.
How am I ever supposed to prove myself in the field if I'm not given a chance? Look, Stone Cold, I'm not as inept and hopeless as you and Maximista seem to think I am. And as you know, stakeouts, they're harmless. Please, I implore you, give me a chance to prove what I can do.